Alright, Space Church music going, stream going, everything is going. I just got to get the books over here and then we'll get started. So I'll be working on that. You know, some people when they start their stream, they they go full, you can't see anything. You know, there's just like a card up on the screen, and then there's silence, and you just gotta wait. I'm gonna do that value add. No, I don't know, man. We will be getting started soon. I just gotta check for receipts, and then we'll have the books ready. Oh, good thing I did. There was a receipt right there. Yeah, people who know what book that is. You know, I got points I can spend at Westfield. You get a $5 off, man. I should do that next time I'm in there and I'm just buying like one book. I'll be like, yo, man, can I use my points? And see what they say, because they got to say yes to that, right? I mean, it's their system. I guess I don't need this paper bag. Let's just throw that over there. There we go. Apparently they didn't have a new comic shop news, but I don't think I got the one from last week, so we got that. And let me check graham crackers here and make sure there's nothing in here. Although I'm pretty sure I saw Sean just crumple up and throw the receipt away, so I'm probably good. I just gotta double, triple, ultra check. Yeah, I'm not seeing a receipt-a-roo in here. Okay. Cool deal. Let me get rid of this stream starting soon. Where's that at? There it is. You know, on my phone, I got this app installed that's supposed to do like OBS, like Stream Deck type thing, but I could never get it working. Since it's just us right now, you and me, I'm just gonna go fire this up and see if it'll work. I think I still have it installed. I don't remember uninstalling it. There it is, Streamlabs deck. Remote. To sync, scan the QR code in Streamlabs OBS. Okay, well, where's that at? Bro, just tell me where the thing is. Ensure that your phone is connected to the internet. Yeah, it's on the same network. Go to Settings, Remote Control, and look for... Okay, Settings, Remote Control, and look for a QR code. Alright. I think we got it. Let me get in here. It did it. It worked that time. Holy crap. It worked. I really don't believe this. That's incredible. We have made progress today. So it's got the different things. Like if I hit... let me put something up on screen here. Oh, I got a Kickstarter I need to show off. See, I don't have the link handy. Let me just go to my Twitter real quick. And then I'll pull up that Kickstarter. The Kickstarter hasn't launched. Actually, there's two Kickstarters I want to show off. So let me show both of them off. Alright, so let me see if this works. So this will let me show right monitor. It actually worked! It worked! I don't believe it! Anyway, El Crudo, issue number 4, is got a Kickstarter campaign. If you go to Kickstarter, you search for El Crudo, you ought to find it real quick. If you go to my Twitter profile, I did a retweet of it earlier today, so you can check that out. And I'm actually pretty interested in this. Ooh, notify me on launch. Oh, I'm not logged in. Okay, well, I'll click it later. I'm kind of excited about this one too, because the first 2 issues were a lot of fun. I liked them a lot, which is probably why Marcel Dupre pinged me with the link for this. Well, I guess he pinged the world, but he tagged me in, you know? Oh my god, it worked! That is so cool. So I'm just gonna... Alright, so if I do this and I hit that... Oh wait, that's the sound. Ah, there it is! So this really does work. Dude, you all have no idea how much this thing on my phone is about to change my life. Because I can do mutes, right? I can totally mute the audio here. Let's see, if I hit this, it should mute the music. And I see on OBS here that the music bar is no longer moving. And I'm going to hit the headset microphone one here, and that ought to mute me in the middle of a sentence. So let me just keep talking. Kind of come back, and hey, look at that, it worked! Oh, that's so cool! That's so cool! Anyway, back to the stream. If only I could see the chat in here. That would be... Wait. I can! Holy crap, I can pull the chat up in here? Hit the button for YouTube. Nothing's happening. Okay, so maybe I can't pull the chat up. Hey, Dark Admiral March here. Sorry, I've gotten the OBS like remote control thing working, and it's blowing my mind. Anyway, we got a lot of comic books to talk about today, and since you're here, and I've been kind of messing around for like 5 minutes with that stupid application on my phone, I should probably get started on the whole I'm streaming thing. So let's just... How do I want to do this? I got a lot of books here. Jeez. This is my most recent addition to the I Still Gotta Read and Review stack. It's embarrassing. Also embarrassing is the stack of books that are sitting in the floor right down there that need to be put away. But one embarrassment at a time is quite enough. So we'll put the books over here, just off camera, and we'll look at the 50-cent books. First one. Yeah, it's probably not any good. It probably isn't very good. A lot of old Youngblood books aren't. I mean, oh my gosh. Talk about space that's just kind of wasted. I like how this projectile or whatever is breaching the panel it's in. But then you got all this wasted white space over here, and this inset panel goes across the page line for literally no reason. Within seconds, I'm making fun of the book. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean for it to go that way. Kind of a classic superhero, supervillain, like super person move there. That look over the shoulder. Oh, it's a flip book. Okay. Flip books are weird, man. I don't know if I actually like them. I'm trying to understand the geometry here. Is his fist somehow going through the gun? Because that's sure what that looks like. It's... Because see, you can see the gun line running over top of his wrist. So somehow his wrist is... We'll just put it over there. Oh! Is that Super Patriot? Dude, I don't remember any of the Youngblood characters off the top of my head. I don't know why your message got caught up in the auto mod there. That's super weird. That's absolutely, completely super weird. Anyway, stuff. It's a Youngblood book. I didn't have it. I don't know why I collect them. I really only read them one time ever and then never look at them again. Why not? You know? I've heard people say that Skull Kickers is actually kind of cool, so I thought I would try one. Super Patriot was a Larson character. Yeah, Super Patriot's the guy in the flag suit. Oh man, I actually really like the art. I like the way this thing looks. I like the way... I just like the art. I think this was a great pickup for free. Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, you go to Graham Cracker Comics, any of their locations. There's like 11 in Chicago, 1 in Madison, 1 like DeKalb, and then 1 in California. Why? I'm not sure, but you go there on a Wednesday. You don't have to buy nothing, but you probably will. But you don't have to, and you get 3 free books out of the 50-cent bin. So I don't really know anything about Skull Kickers except that people liked it. Cool. I've got great taste. Book says so. Although I have a bad opinion of Jim Zub for some reason. I don't remember why. He probably said something bad about me. That's usually why I don't like people. And then I got this because this was a limited edition of 3,000. Oh my lord. When did this come out? Like, I gotta look here. September 2000. Back when a limited edition for some random indie book could be 3,000. Nowadays it'd be like limited to 30. And it still would be in the 50-cent bin. Oh, I don't know anything about Midnight Nation. I also don't really like J. Michael Straczynski's comic writing that much. His Superman, or not Superman, his Spider-Man wasn't that great to me. But, you know, that name gets a lot of play just because of Babylon 5. Man, is actual comic supposed to look like this? It's all, it's just pencils, it looks like. It's gorgeous pencil work, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous looking pencil work. I'm just going to flip this open to the credits. Yeah, it was just pencils. Was the, like the whole book done that way? Or is that just because this is a special edition? I don't know. I should have seen the signature. Apparently that's a Gary Frank cover, but it does not look like modern Gary Frank. Man, Gary Frank is so good. Modern Gary Frank is so good. So that was early haters. That's probably why. Yeah, he probably said something that I found offensive, like, you all are poopy heads. And you should never tar like a whole group of people as a bunch of poopy heads. And that goes for, you know, the people he was calling that. Like, you shouldn't just tar every comic creator as a poopy head. Like, that's not fair to everybody. If you have a disagreement with somebody, or a very small group of people, you should limit it to those people. Really, headset, you've been unplugged for 10 minutes. I swear, the battery in this headset is totally toast. It's essentially a wired headset now. Sorry about the beeping. Alright, so that's 50-cent bin stuff. And these are some kind of neat pickups. I mean, book I didn't have, a limited edition, another limited edition, and they were free. I kind of wonder, like, is this thing even worth anything? Probably not, or it wouldn't have been in the bin, but I think it was some standard year. Oh, yeah, probably. Maybe I should forgive him. You know what? There's a reason for me to carry a grudge against some comic book creator who's just saying things because he's supposed to say things. That goes for everybody. I think we all, every one of us, and this is going to sound dopey, we all could use a little bit of that being nice to other people's stuff. So I retract anything I said on this stream about Mr. Zub. So if I said something mean to him earlier, which is entirely possible, I retract it. I take it back. I didn't want this to get weird. I want to look at comic books. March Hare, we're going to look at comic books. My shop man, he told me this was awesome. I'm dubious because this character kind of annoys me, but my shop man said it was great. And he usually has a pretty good idea of the kind of weird stuff I like. So I'm hopeful. Oh my god, I don't care for the art that much. Just look at Superman down there. Not doing a whole lot for me there, Robin King. On the other hand, that art works really well. Literally across the page from that. That looks amazing. So I'm not really sure what to expect of this book, or what order I'm supposed to read these things in, man. Oh, that whole last night. I should have read that before the next death metal, because this is the end of JLO, and it ties into death metal. I should have totally done that, and I didn't, because I was like, I'll read the book that matters, the death metal one first, and then I'll see what crap they have for us in Odyssey. And turns out that I was, whoa, oh my gosh, okay. I'm still not sold on the art style. I think I kind of made fun of this art style in that one book that was like an anthology of these kind of stories, which I think is the book that fell apart. But that looks alright. Looking forward to it. Hey, El Crudo. Let's see. Daredevil trade. Ah, Typhoid Mary. Cool. Hey, since you're here, Mr. Manny Shape, let me... Oh, hold on. We are going to use the Stream Deck thing on my phone that I got working tonight. Show right monitor, now. Ha! There it is. I mentioned this earlier when I was testing this the first time. But if anybody out there is into comic books that are... I don't know how to put it. Crazy? But that's not the right adjective. Kind of trashy. It's kind of like Platoon. Except you have an orangutan. And he does indeed love the smell of napalm in the morning. It's a very unique book. It's probably the only comic book in the world where you can see an orangutan cut somebody's head in half with a machete. So check that out on Kickstarter. You can come over here, click this notify button. I think I already clicked it earlier today, but I'm not logged in, so it doesn't show it. So yeah, check that out. Especially when the dudes in the chat, man. You gotta give the man love. You gotta give the man love for being brave enough to wander into this totally terrible stream and say hello. And the $5 used trades rack. Yeah, man. Westfield, they've got a box in the back corner that's got like $5 trades and stuff in it. I look through it every now and then, but I see a lot of the same books just sitting there. Harley Quinn. Okay. It's an orangutan. Look, man. Look, I told him earlier. You saw my Discord server. He's like, yo, spread the love. And I'm like, of course I shall spread the love. Mr. And then I whack my microphone. Mr. Manny Shape. Man, I get agitated sometimes. These hands, they take on a life of their own when I get excited. And El Crudo is something worth getting excited about. If you remember my review for the first one, there was some stuff I found kind of dubious, and then I liked it more with the second one, and I liked it even more with the third one. Like, if the series keeps going, it's going to be like one of those books where I'm just kind of like, I love this thing, and I can no longer explain to you why I love it. So hopefully we get there. I was like, my new comic book day is pretty esoteric. I got some neat stuff today. Harley, I'm looking forward to this book. I don't really know what to expect from it, which I think is half the fun, but she turned into a very kind of, well, she's a dangerous character, even more so in the White Knight universe, but she also turned into kind of a cute character with the little kids and stuff, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's going to go on in this book. And I have absolutely no preconceptions, which means whatever I get, I'm going to enjoy. As long as your microphone is the only thing getting whacked, this is CNN. Whoa. Oh. Don't bring that up, man. The levels of cringe I can sustain cannot sustain that. Shameless plug. Here's the link to our Kickstarter. Did the link not go through? Did it get caught up in a filter? I will happily drop that link in there for you. Hair over there getting spicy. Oh, yeah. you know, I mean, if you want to talk about a hair getting spicy, I still got to read this. It's just been sitting on my desk right next to Batman 3 Jokers, just waiting on me to read it. Oh, wait, I got another book underneath it. Hold on. Oh, and I still got to read Rebirth of the Gangster, too. Jeez. The books are piling up, plus I got to read Return of the Warrior. It's just, oh my god, I got books everywhere. I got books everywhere. There are too many of them. Let's see. We got True Believer stuff, too. There are 3? Looks like there were 3 of them. Alright. You know, I'm addicted to these $1 reprints here, man. Wait. Is Magneto just running him over with a car? Is that what's... Did Magneto finally just give up and be like, you know what? I'm just going to hit you with a car? Oh. Sorry. In my mind, this is really funny. No, it's really hard to go wrong with these True Believer books, man. They are so cheap. I mean, these books are selling for not much more than they sold originally. You know, they were like 75 cents or whatever. And bam! Get them for $1. Okay, we got X-Men, Magneto, Scarlet Witch. Oh, is that old school Toad? Back in his stupid costume days? Okay, everybody kind of had stupid costume days. Look at Daredevil over here, man. Bap! How'd you like that sound effect? So wait, Daredevil is gonna take out all the X-Men? Like, is that what's going... Daredevil and Black Widow? This seems highly improbable that they could succeed where, you know, the robot who can become insubstantial felled. Like to have him out at Halloween? Yeah, that's a good idea. If I actually got any trick-or-treaters, which I don't, ever, I would totally do something like that. I would... One year I prepared, like, I don't know, 200 little candy bags. They had, like, you know, 5 or 6 little packaged candies in them, and had like 10 trick-or-treaters in a neighborhood chock full of kids. I don't know, man. Maybe I was wearing my Londo Malari outfit, and it was very cold that Halloween, so maybe I scared them because they saw the Centauri hair and they were just absolutely like frightened of me. But you know, speaking of Daredevil, I am about to finish up Daredevil Season 3. I just started that like over the weekend. That's been pretty good. It's not as good as Season 1, man. Season 1 is the best thing that Marvel TV produced. Absolutely riveting the whole way through. The deeper mysteries that get uncovered from one episode to the next just like blow my mind. But Season 3 has been pretty good. I do have some kind of eye-rolling moments, like, really, like, nobody is just gonna, like, chuck somebody out of a window and be like, oh, I don't know how that happened. I mean, Mr. Fisk was just standing here and suddenly he plummeted 40 stories to his death head first in the pavement. I don't know how that happened. Like, really? It kills me in comics and movies and TV when you've got, like, a supervillain, like the Griffin here, and instead of the heroes doing the responsible thing and making it so that that villain never comes back and kills 100 million people again, they're just like, oh no, you're going to prison. Like, prison would keep, you know, as Season 3 of Daredevil shows, like, prison's not going to stop a supervillain like Wilson Fisk from doing all of his emotional and psychological manipulations to get where he wants to be. Yeah, you know, I missed Wesley in Season 2. I missed him in Season 2, I missed him in Season 3. I know he wouldn't have fit into Season 2, but I did like that character. The hyper-competence. Like, everybody out there needs a Wesley. Including people named Wesley. they also need people, or they also need Wesleys. Now, one thing that kills me about like old school champions is it's the dumbest team ever. Seriously, look at this team. Look at who's on it. You have Hercules, the Prince of Power, and you have Ghost Rider. Why do you need literally anybody else? If somebody out there is too strong for Hercules to deal with, Ghost Rider just penance stares them. If something's immune to the penance stare because it's like some god or something, guess what? You've got Hercules there, who is literally... His thing is, he's the strongest guy in the universe. This was being the Prince of Power means. Like, he can overcome whatever you throw at him. So goofy. Wesley was an amazing right-hand man. Alright, one more. I feel like they've reprinted this one already. Like, did they reprint this, like, 2 years ago? Because this looks really familiar. Either that or I just seen this, like, get posted up on Twitter a whole bunch because people were speculating about the Black Widow movie and making fun of the Taskmaster costume. Either way. Either way, it's okay. I gotta play with this Stream Deck thing here. Hold on, I'm just gonna randomly, like, throw the stream starting soon up on my screen. It's amazing. The BRB, look at that. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love this thing. This is changing my life. You don't understand over there. That awkward moment, Ghost Rider's penance steers Hercules. Look, man. Woo! Oh, you know, the best moment of the old Fantastic... Well, not the old. The 90s Fantastic Four cartoon is when they're dealing with Galactus and he's eating the world. You know, Thor rolls in. Thor can't handle Galactus. And then out of nowhere, like a wrestler, Ghost Rider comes riding his motorcycle down the ramp. He's like, I am summoned when innocent blood is shed, and you have spilled much innocent blood. Feel the torment of a billion dying souls. And he just zaps Galactus, and Galactus is like, no! Which I guess really is proof that Galactus actually is like the survivor of the previous universe and was mortal at some point, because the penance stare should not work against the fundamental element of reality. Hercules Prince of Power is one of your favorite books? Yeah. Ghost Rider, no selling, Galactus, yeah. Oh, look at this. People know. They know what I'm talking about. It's great stuff. I gotta say, of all of Marvel's villains, the one that gets the most play, who I think is the dumbest, is actually Taskmaster. Don't at me. I really can't stand people that are like, well, Taskmaster could beat whoever because he learns their moves just by watching them. Bull crap. Absolute bull crap, man. You put Captain America up against this guy, Captain America's just going to break his neck. Let's be honest. Captain America's not going to mess around. He's going to be like, you know what? You're an enemy combatant. I'm a soldier. I'm just going to kill you. And then the fight's over. Hawkeye pops him with an arrow up against the side of his head from 600 yards away in like a hurricane in Florida at 3 a.m. Like, this dude, in a world of actual people with crazy superhuman powers, just being better than a normal human and having that memory thing where you learn their fighting styles is not going to save your bacon. Literally any hero who has a solo book should be able to take this guy. Sorry, ran over, don't at me. I know I just made like 100 enemies, 13 people unsubscribed from my YouTube, 3 people unfollowed me on Twitch, like... Yeah, exactly, man. You can't learn Hawkeye's moves when he just bops you from somewhere else. And let's be honest, even if it's just like a concussion thing, like you go boom and you're knocked out, like it's the same effect. You're never going to see that coming. Taskmaster does not have like superluminal reflex or something. He's not Superman. He literally can't see things coming before they hit him. Yeah, big sigh. That's about all I can muster for something that's killing the children, because if this book follows suit with most issues, there's going to be like 2 cold pages, and okay, I'm going to stop making fun of it. So the guilty kid that survived the attack that started the story is being chased in the woods by one of the monsters. Well, not one of the monsters, one of the monster babies, because the original monster is dead. But there was a whole clutch of babies. And he's... yeah. Nothing but net. Yeah, you know... A fun comic, and we'll never see it because it's a stupid crossover. Let me be right back. I'm going to grab something. Okay, there we go. I got the right button pressed on my Stream Deck thing. But like you say, Hawkeye be like over the building, around the corner, past the garbage truck, on the semi trail. Yeah. What I want to see is a spy duel between, like, Hawkeye. You could even throw, like, Black Widow in there. Versus that guy. Because exactly that kind of trick shot you're talking about, he does it, man. There was a Golgo 13 anime from like 10 years ago, and it illustrates it perfectly. There was this scene. I have no idea where my notebook is. You know, I got an index card. We can just draw on an index card. There was a scene. I need a pen. There's a pen. Where there's this guy, he gets assassinated. Way over here, inside of a building. You know, he's like in his office, sitting there at a desk. It's like 2 miles away. Dick Togo is over here. Fires the shot. Kills the guy. Now, in between, there's a building. Actually, there's 2 buildings, because he's shooting down a narrow alleyway. There are flags hanging down in the way. Like, he has zero visibility. There's 40-mile-per-hour wind. And he nails this dude. And the cops eventually, like, have to let him go, because there's no way anybody could make that shot. And yet Dick Togo did it. There was another episode where he kills a football player with a plastic gun that was smuggled inside of a balloon. So I forget like the setup, but the cops are like looking for people with weapons. So they're stopping every car, so they search his car. They're like, we know who this guy is. And he's just like, I'm just here to watch like football. And he's got like a balloon in the car. Or maybe he gets the balloon somewhere else. I forget the exact setup. But anyway, he gets to the stadium. He goes up. He pops the balloon. He gets the plastic gun. He's got 1 bullet. It's a pistol. He's like 300 yards away in the stands, shooting down at people moving on a football field, and he kills the guy. Like, just imagine how cool of an adventure you could have with this, the most hard-boiled of all spies, versus a couple of Avengers who specialize in that kind of spy stuff. Billy Zane from Sniper. Hey, that's a movie. That's a movie. That's a whole different category of incredible shooting stuff. You know, I'm like strictly talking about characters that came right out of manga. Or was Sniper a movie? I don't remember. Or was it a comic book before it was a movie? I have no idea. But okay, fine. You win this round. Anyway, there's liable to be some cool looking stuff in Something Is Killing the Children. Like, when the monsters show up, I really like the way the art looks on them. I think that sketchy, weird, shadowy thing going on looks really cool for the monsters. I don't think it serves the human part of the book too well. Hey, that would be a pretty good movie. I remember Shooter. That was a pretty good film. I forgot this book was a thing. If I remember the last issue, I read the whole thing and I didn't do a review of it because there was literally nothing to talk about. And what the... Oh, okay, she's hacked inside of Bloodfather, which is the AI that took over Bloodshot's body. So we're inside here, and Bloodshot's like rocking a bone mask as he's talking back to her. I don't know what's going on here, but she's a hacker. That's Bloodshot 1,000 years in the future. Who knows what's going on? Oh, Raya might actually be about to do something this issue. Hold up. Hold up. And it ends in a setup for the next issue. So nothing happens in this issue is what I'm taking away from that. God, why am I buying this crap? Vin Diesel really let himself go. You know, I actually really enjoyed the Bloodshot movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Maybe not the coolest thing since sliced bread, but like as action movies go, okay, Ninja Weasel knows what I'm talking about here. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, as action movies go, that was all right. Like, pretty solidly, like maybe a 7.5 on the action scale. You know, it definitely gets to hang out with cool movies. Like, it's there. You know, maybe Delta Force is just a notch above it because Delta Force is just an awesome movie. It's got Chuck Norris. How could it not be? But, you know, Bloodshot didn't quite rise to like John Wick levels or the Terminator or Predator levels of just how awesome they could be. It was just I mean, yeah, okay, it was kind of bad. Like, I'm over here comparing it to Golan and Globus movies from the 80s. So that should kind of tell you, like, the league it's in. There's some really spectacular shots in it. And I don't mean, like, gunshots. I mean, like, camera shots. There's some absolutely spectacular things that the cinematography and the CGI guys did. You should watch it, Ninja. It's probably, like, on Amazon or something by now. Like, on Prime. What if that's true? Bloodshot, Prime Video, $19.99 to buy. Why would you buy digital? Oh, it's on Stars, so if you've got Stars, you can watch it online from them or on demand or something, I guess. Soldier of Kurt Russell should be... I'm down for that. I am down for Soldier to be a comic book. Ninja Weasel, Marcher, you don't know what you did. You just stumbled into this, and Ninja Weasel is like the world's biggest fan of Soldier. I thought Soldier was fun, but Ninja Weasel's like, that's so good. Oh, I'm gonna kill everybody. Wow, El Crudo. See? Ninja will just, like, quote the movie to you, like, chapter and verse. Anyway, this issue of Justice League ties into death metal. They're trying to cross, like, the Valley of the Starros, which is probably a bad idea because, you know, how do you really fight, like, hundreds of giant psychic starfish? I don't know. That seems like a bad idea to me. Oh, and they make it to the big boss at the end. Spoiler. Okay, cool. Well, we got a week-old comic shop news, because I don't have last week's. Well, I didn't have last week's till this week. Yeah. In the present, the Batwoman-Catwoman romance is threatened by the return of Andrea Beaumont, better known to Bat fans as Phantasm. No, the Phantasm. Andrea Beaumont is the Phantasm. It's Mask of the Phantasm, not Mask of Phantasm. And then the storyline from Batman Beyond in the comics was Mark of the Phantasm, which has scarred me permanently. Absolutely scarred me permanently. You know, there was a time when this kind of Marvel stuff would have just made me like super excited. And the time's just not now anymore. Like it hasn't been for years. Like, do we really need the stupid crossover? What are these characters going to do against like the space god of the symbiotes? Why are they involved? Right? Because that's what King in Black is about, right? Literal who over here for this Avengers lineup? Like, I'm guessing that's Logan. Is that supposed to be Captain America? Oh, that's right. They're all like fighting over the Phoenix Force because we already did that with Avengers vs. X-Men. Oh, only one is an animation. Mask of the Phantasm, the Batman movie from '94, whenever. You should go watch that. It is maybe the best thing from the Batman cartoon. Mark of the Phantasm is a storyline in comic form. It is, thank goodness, not a movie. Because if it was, I probably would have thrown my TV out the window. And not because of the Phantasm's involvement, just because of other things, like Paul Dini really, really wanting Bruce and Barbara to hook up. Seriously, why are we fighting over the Phoenix skin? We literally just did this like 5 years ago. Are they that out of ideas for events? Now, Batman Beyond had one movie, Return of the Joker, which is the second best thing to come out of Batman cartoons. Absolutely fantastic film. I'm just sitting here looking at this book, or this ad over here on my computer monitor, because I'm at a funny angle to look at it on the table, and it doesn't even feel that cool. And is this going on at the same time that they're fighting Null, the space god, or whatever his name is? Like, how does any of this work? How can you have multiple world crises at the same time? Yeah, that's just a whole lot of meh. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna... Actually, I see one thing that's not meh. That Daredevil Behind Bars with the bloody fist, that actually, like... That caught my eye. I have no idea who's writing it, though. Probably I won't like it. Chip Zdarsky? Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Oh, I forgot about the Cuphead comic. That could be kind of cool. I don't know what's coming out. The article probably tells me, but we're done looking at that. I'm about to pop over to Twitter for a second. Those are great episodes. I was talking specifically about movies, or actually, yeah, I guess I would rate those episodes above either movie. They're just that good. I cannot disagree with you. Where is the thing I did that was stupid, but kind of awesome at the same time? No, 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 no. No, come on, where's my snark at? Bro, Twitter. Did it get deleted? No way. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Here we go. Let me use the Stream Deck thing instead of clicking in OBS. We're going to use technology. I am disgustingly proud of myself for this stupid thing. Freaking ramen guy, man. He is the best meme. You know? X23 is like, this team needs a Wolverine. This is on Weapon X. I think it's from issue 8. A whole lot of it doesn't matter happened in that book. But she rolls in all like, I'm Wolverine! Meanwhile, you literally have Wolverine. Yeah, go away. You literally have Wolverine right here. I mean, sure, it's old man Wolverine, but you said a Wolverine, not, you know, the still living Logan as opposed to old man Logan from an alternate future. So yeah, ramen guy. He's just pointing out the truth. It's right there. Got a Wolverine. We got a Wolverine. Yeah, it's really hard to not understand where Mr. Freeze is coming from in that episode, and it's kind of a shame to see him treated differently than that. Because Mr. Freeze should be a very sympathetic character, in my opinion, as opposed to just being, oh, let's do it. As opposed to being a completely cold-blooded murderer. Like his quest for vengeance in that first episode, that is the hottest of hot blood. It's cold and methodical, and it's done in the purest white-hot hatred. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Alright, let's see what I got from Westfield, aside from the comic shop news, because, you know, whenever they're like, you want a comic shop news? I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah. Give me one of them comic shop newses. I'll take it. Bum, 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 bum. I actually bought a bunch of stuff. I went in there for one book, and I left with 4. It's crazy how that happens. Hard Ice with sympathetic villain done right. Cold-blooded somewhere. Arnold, thumbs up. Yeah. You know, I don't actually hate that particular Batman movie you're talking about right there. It's not a good movie, but I do enjoy Arnold's, like, super cheesy role. Bane, I thought, was less interesting. But Mr. Freeze wisecracking and making ice puns. Yeah, I can go for that one, man. I can definitely go for that one. Alright. So, I flipped through this, and I think I saw, like, some stuff I can't show on stream, maybe. I don't know that I'm going to like this book, because the art... Jeez, I can't show that. Well, I couldn't show you the page I wanted to show. No, I can't show you that one. Can we get a page that doesn't have somebody in lingerie in it? Like, here we go. We have cops yelling at each other. There we go. That's all you need to know about whatever this is. I bought it because I've been liking a bunch of different Scout books. They've been interesting, if not amazing. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? A police drama. I'll go for it. This I missed like a month ago. And then there it was on the bottom shelf. Westfield Comics. It was just sitting there waiting for me. I wish I had bought issue 2 when I was at Graham Crackers, because there was a couple on the shelf. I should have done it, but I didn't, because I was like, oh, I don't have issue 1. So next week, I got to cross my fingers and hope we still got an issue 2. Or that I see issue 2 at Westfield, but they didn't have it. I believe this is exactly the fictional cyberpunk future that I'm invested in right here. Okay, it's not the one I'm invested in. That would be Shadowrun, but you know, maybe a close 3rd or 4th. Maybe. I'm gonna take a drink of my formerly ice-cold beverage. Oh, good stuff. Alright. I don't really know what to expect here, but just looking at the art, I already like what I'm seeing, so hopefully the writing is good enough to go with this. It actually feels very 90s. This feels like 90s Dark Horse, not 2010s, 2020s Dark Horse. I went with this against my better judgment, because I was like, this is going to be bad. You gotta go? Alright, March here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Much love in the neighborhood, as they say. I bought this against my better judgment. I don't really have high hopes for it, because Brian Herbert has kind of watered down his dad's legacy to the point where it doesn't bear any... Dune bears no resemblance to Dune. Scumbag? I don't even think I saw Scumbag, my man. I don't think I even saw it. So no, I did not get it. But then I flipped the book open, and I saw art that looked like this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. And that's the story of how I ended up with... Actually, there's more to the story because... Oh, it's got a sway or something in the cardboard. I don't think it's coming across in the video, but you can feel it when you're holding the book. I actually really like that back cover. The full story is I picked up another copy of this, and I opened it up, and the front corner of these pages right here was all folded over. The cover was immaculate. The rest of the book was perfect, except for that. Then I looked over to the left, and I saw this cover on the shelf, and I'm like, you know what? We got these like horrifying twin sandworms rising up out of like the crest or whatever. I don't know what's going on. House Cthulhu for all I know. I went with it. And last thing I bought. And we've apparently got the nuke going off in Miami. And the freaking rabbit mask the guy has to wear is in the nuclear boom boom. So let's see if I can find, like... Looks like there's a lot of awkward social... Oh, it actually... This comic takes place before the nuke hits San Francisco, so it's taking place during the war, where he's flashing back to it. I'm not sure, but that's kind of... Oh! Get over, get out of my way. Bro! Oh! Yes! This is everything I wanted to see in a Hotline Miami comic. I don't even need the rest of the book. You sold me these 2 pages, and I am happy. I have a feeling I'm really going to enjoy this issue, just based on the level of carnage here at the end. Now, this might be the same, like, gang hit that the dude was pulling off in the first issue at the start of it. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. But I gotta give these guys props, man. They get it. If I got to work on somebody else's comic book, or no, somebody else's property, I wouldn't mind working on Hotline Miami, because I could just take one of the great stories created by the fan base. You can play them. They do all kinds of great stages on the Steam Workshop, and some of them have great lore and stuff around them. There's lots of that kind of material out there for people that are fans of the game to experience, and adapting like some of that into a couple of comic books could be a whole lot of fun. Now, I'll absolutely never get the opportunity to do that. Because by the time, like, if I ever start creating something, by the time I get, like, big enough to go do something like that, you know, the fad will be over. The Hotline Miami 2 came out, like, what, 5 years ago or something? Lord knows I've been playing that on YouTube and Twitch for years and years and years now. One of my favorite games. In hindsight, I like Hotline Miami more than I like Broforce, which really surprises me. It really does, because there was a long time where I thought like Broforce was at like second place in the trifecta, and it turns out that no, I'm wrong. Broforce is number 3 in the trifecta. And now Spelunky 2 might be about to supplant Spelunky at the top of the pyramid of power, that as the apex of the first triad of victory. Really cool book, super high production values. This card stock, like, it's surprisingly high for some random indie publisher. The card stock is as good as the stuff that DC uses on their high-end books. It feels really good in the hand. The paper quality is immaculate. The production values are superb. The story in the first issue was a great setup. I'm hoping this story is going to have like a lot of action, some really awkward social interaction, and more action. And if it does that, it's following the proper sequence of a Hotline Miami stage, because you get action, here's your stage, you get an awkward intermezzo, and then you get more action. It's the right way to construct this particular story. It may not work, you know, for other stories, but for Hotline Miami, it's absolutely the way the story is supposed to be built. And the first issue kind of told you that the story was going to be looking like that, because we started off with some action, got awkwardness, and we ended with a little bit of action to set up the next issue. It's the way it's supposed to be done. And I wish I had said those exact words in the dang review, but I did not, because I did not think of them at that time. For a tiny indie publisher, like, I'm giving them props. This book, I think, is only I was going to say $5, it's just $4. And it's got higher production values than books put out by DC for $3.99. Here you have a comic book with a cover. It's got stippling, I think is what that's called on the page, when you get the wavy lines because they're overloading the paper with too much ink. So the paper actually becomes soaked, and therefore it curls. And unlike DC, they're not charging $6. Wow, I just got some books just attempted to assassinate me. They're not charging me $6 for a cardstock cover. This might have a few more pages in it, but I think you can kind of see my point there. Like, these dudes are pretty much doing this right. They are taking what they got, they're maximizing the value of it, and making it ever more attractive to people, because that book with that cardstock cover is going to look great. It's going to be preserved pretty well, even outside of a comic bag. Like, if I just left that laying somewhere for, I don't know, a couple of years, and I wasn't actively like crinkling it, it would probably survive pretty well. Some little floppy comic like this, which actually has higher production values in terms of the paper stock and stuff than that Justice League comic. Something like this, if I just left it laying around, it's going to get beat to pieces. And not the fun kind that gets you in trouble on Zoom calls. I can't believe that guy did that. I can't believe that guy did that. I mean, I can believe it because it happened. But I'm incredulous as to that whole situation. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that somebody would comport themselves that way. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic, because that topic is irrelevant. I have purchased a whole lot of comic books today. I purchased more books than I expected to purchase. It was great. It was fun. My wallet is mad at me. But you know what? My wallet can just shut up and do what I tell it. And that is my final word. Gentlemen, I have been streaming for... Much Comics. We've been streaming for about an hour. I think I am gonna call it here just because. And don't be upset or anything, but just because, like, on my way home from work, I was singing really loudly, and I thought I was gonna lose my voice in the car when I got home. Fortunately, I didn't. But I'm afraid that if I keep talking, I'm going to start talking like this. You're going to be like, I'm Batman. Or something. You know what I'm saying? So we got to remedy that. And Elizibar Batman. Yeah. So thank you all for dropping in. I know the people that have been chatting with me. Thank each and every one of you. March Hare, Manny Shape, aka El Crudo, Ninja Weasel. And if you're out there, be sure to check out El Crudo on Kickstarter for issue 4. Go look at my reviews if you want to see why I think it's an awesome book, because it's a pretty cool book. Plus, the creator is a super cool dude, so even if his book was just merely average, which it's not, I would still be supporting the heck out of the man, because he's too cool. A cool creator who takes care of, well, I'm not even his customer. He's just giving me stuff. You know? And if you think that's swaying my viewpoint, you're wrong. Because somebody who sends like a new copy of a book to his reviewer, when he's not making any money, you're just like, oh man, the book got kind of dinged up in shipping. Not a big deal. Please don't send me another one. And he does anyway. That's somebody that is going to take care of their customers, the actual paying customers, and do them right. There are very few creators out there who are in that boat. Manny Shape is one of them. So check out his book. I guess I can throw that up on that link in the chat one more time, just for good measure, and then we'll close out the stream here. And I totally lost my YouTube window. There it is. Alright. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. and I sure hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.